Randy, what are the common misconceptions about chipping?
Well, if you watch golf on television every weekend, you've probably noticed that a tour player's short game is pretty good. They do several things different than what most of you have heard in the magazines or books or videos. One thing I want you to realize right out of the gate is in the setup. The ball position is way different than what many of you have heard. If you take a driver, for instance, everyone's heard that if you take a driver as you set up, almost everyone agrees drivers played off of the inside of the left heel. I don't relate it to that. I relate it to the shoulder. So the driver's right off of the shoulder joint, right in line here. But the ball is much more forward when you're hitting a driver. So if I took a wedge and set up the same way, I'm just going to take a step up, but I'm going to keep my foot and my hands in that same position as if it were a driver. If I narrow my stance, it looks as if that ball has been moved back, but I haven't moved the ball. And that's the one thing a tour player does. It may look like the ball's back, but it's really not back.
So what do we do to simplify things for the player?
Well, once you have that set up, basically it's ball position. One more thing, you're going to keep your feet as narrow as you can. A tour player never gets more than a club head width wide in their stance as far as the short game. And until they get 40 yards out, they might start widening it up, but it's very, very narrow before that. Now, think of it like this. If you're going to toss a ball, this shot's basically a chip, but if I walk back more toward where the camera was, it would be more considered a pitch shot. Well, it is just that. It's an underhanded tossing motion. So if I toss that ball up there, that would be the same motion I want to make when I chip. So what I have students do is just grip the club one-handed, just with their right hand, your right-handed player, and you're just going to hit a shot as if you were throwing it. Now, one thing I want you to notice, Mike, is my head is following the ball. If I tossed a ball, I would be looking at my target as I threw it. Every single tour player, especially in the short game, lets their eyes follow the ball as they strike it. That's one key. I know a lot of people talk to me about, well, I want to spin the ball because they think that's cool. Spinning the ball, the sooner your eyes follow the ball, the more you're going to spin it. So once you've learned to chip it one-handed, just hitting that little underhanded toss, then you're going to place the left arm on, the left hand on, and make that same underhanded tossing motion. That's the basic motion for chipping. Then you build everything out from there.